Tap the bell icon, like the video, and subscribe for more. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter at NickJ, lowercase v, 1994. This is a Nick and Awesome Family Gaming production.
What? No servant? Shame on you.
Wake up!
Make sure you keep all comments appropriate and respectful.
Tap the bell icon, like the video, and subscribe for more. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter at NickJ, lowercase v, 1994.
Ah! Damn it! Stop it! Stop! And here is Nick V.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and thank you very much, there, Alonzo. Well, welcome to today's awesome day. It is NASCAR Sunday. It's also Chicago Cubs and Dodger Day. That will be going on during the NASCAR race. We got to watch that plus the race at the same time. Oh boy, that's going to be interesting. Later on today, Haley will be here at the house. And on Saturday, I got something new. So, I'm going to be streaming both games from one from the radio and the other one from my phone, but also connected to the radio. That's going to be fun. I bought a radio yesterday at Dollar General. It was fun getting that until I finally figured out what I had to do to pair it. God, it was so irritating trying to pair that damn thing. I didn't know you had to push a button where it said pair, and you have to hold the damn button down until you see a blue light. Now, sighted people could probably figure this out, but not blind people. Because if I would have known that, I would have held the button down and it would have been easy to figure that out. No. It took me and Haley 2 hours trying to figure it out until we called a friend of hers. He came over and immediately pushed the button and it showed up on the device. And so every time you have to turn on the radio and you want to pair the radio to your phone, you have to push that button and hold it down until the blue light comes on. And then it will show up on your phone, and you can pair it. We got a lot of sports here to get to today, ladies and gentlemen. And when we come back, it will be time to take a look at sports. But before we get out of here and take a look at sports, after this quick ad from NDI Radio, we will tell you we also will hear from Jennifer Doyle today. We will also hear from Rocky, and she'll have a heart-to-heart. And that is about me, because there ain't nobody like Nick V, as she puts in that heart-to-heart. And that is so dang true. There ain't nobody like Nick V, as she puts it. And you will also hear from Alonzo Harris. He'll give you an update on NASCAR and the Chicago Cubs. Because the Cubs today will play the Dodgers. And that one's going to be tricky. Because it's a 3-game series. And on Friday, I'm trying to think. On Friday, the Cubs won. Yes, on Friday, the Cubs won. On Saturday, the Dodgers won. And now we find out who's going to win it all. So that's going to be interesting. And time now to take a quick break. And we will be back after a word from NDI with sports. Wish to be a part of NDI Radio? That is easy. Send us a direct email at kidbrailer@aol.com and votenick1994@gmail.com. We hope to be working with you real soon. In the Eye Radio, where you get poked in the eye. The Mets beat the Athletics 17-6. Also, the Athletics lost to the Mets 3-2. The Cubs beat the Dodgers 8-2. The Reds pounded the Phillies 13-0. The Red Sox beat the Angels 9-7. The Dodgers beat the Cubs 2-1.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. This is Rocky here reporting from TN. This is brought to you by Gady Insurance on the Seapros and In the Eye Hosting, where you get poked in the eye. We want you to be safe when severe weather strikes, people. Or as I always say, we want you to be safe out there. That's what my weatherman always says. We want you to be safe out there. Okay, a couple of things I want to tell you. I went to church this morning. Had a real nice, refreshing communion. Excuse me, I got coffee over here. Take a sip. Good coffee. Makes me feel better. So I had church. It felt really good. It's a wonder I was able to actually get up because I had a seizure this morning about 4:30. So I will tell you what I remember about it, because I'll just tell you that I remember feeling really weird. And the next thing I remember, Mom was touching my face. And she says, "Are you okay?" And I don't remember saying this, but I said, "What happened? Who hit me in the head?" I don't remember saying it, but I know I did, because she wouldn't lie. But they took me to get checked out, and they wanted to keep me because they were afraid it might have been a medication issue. But Mom said she knew it was related to stress, that I was going through losing my friend and everything. So she said, I could take care of her home. We have a SATS monitor and all that. So they brought me home. I was in a lot of pain. Dad had to actually help me into bed. It was that painful. Ouch. Not to mention that a few days ago I'd fallen out of bed. Yeah, so much fun, right? I just try to make light of it because I know that, I have to accept that blessing and it's something that's part of me. But, anyway, so I had a really good communion and my pastor prayed over me. I had a good heart talk with him, and then I came home and had a very nice, long, beautiful talk with my sweet love of my life. And you guys, that was almost as good as communion was. That's how refreshing it was. And I just gotta say, guys, I'm trying to do this right, because I've had to do this 3 times, because I get emotional. But I want to say a big shout to our buddy Nick V. You guys, Nick V, if you want a good friend, Nick V is your friend. Because I'm going to tell you something. Anytime he could help me, he has. Even when I've been a bad dog sometimes, he has helped me. He has talked to me. And today, you guys, he did something more for me than I could ever thank him for. He taught me. I'm older, supposed to be wise, I'm supposed to be a good teacher. But this little guy over here, Nick V, taught me. And he's one of the best teachers, besides, of course, Lonzy and Beth and Chantel and all the other people out there that I've ever had. Sorry, I'm trying to get emotional, people. But I just want to thank you, my little teacher, because you were so awesome today. You guys, this guy right here, this guy Nick V, who goes through lots of things in his life, came to me and taught me a seriously good lesson that I really needed. I want you to know that that was the best thing you could have ever done for me. That was the best Christmas present I could ever ask for, the best birthday present I could ask for. I can't tell you how good that felt. It felt like communion 3 times over. That's what it felt like. That's why I muted after we talked, because I cried. Because when you told me that you had my headphones up on you, and when you said about the things you said, I won't go into that because I don't want to, break confidence, but I just want to say that that meant so much to me because knowing that my little brother loves the headphones he got and knowing that it made him smile, that meant more to me than anything in this world. Knowing that my little Bubba was smiling and he was happy made me feel good. Another thing I want to tell you is that this young man also has a big heart. If you're down, if you're brokenhearted, he will do whatever he can, will make you laugh, whatever he can to make you laugh, feel better. Him and Lindsay, all of my friends over here on Team Talk are good about that. But I'm going to tell you a little story about Bubba. A long time ago, I was going through a lot of hard times, and he knows that music makes me happy. Well, let me tell you what this little guy did. Sweet guy right here. He pulls out an archive from his show, and knowing that I was going through the pain I was going through because I lost my aunt, he plays it for me. Do you guys know that made me feel like, I don't know how to explain it. It was like my aunt was still here. That's how good it felt. Like she was communicating through him what I love. Bubba, know this. You're incredible. And I love ya. I might be a pain in the butt sometimes, but you know what? I love you more than anything. I love you and all my friends and my love of my life and my family more than anything. To me, you've always been my little brother, and you always will be. No matter what happens, no matter how much things happen in life, you'll always be my little brother. And I want you to hold on to that. And I want you to hold it as tight as you can because, Bubba, there ain't nobody like Nick V. Alright? Just know that, Bubba. I love you very much, and I appreciate what you did for me today. Because it took a lot. I know that took a lot for you. I know it did. Because like me, you get nervous sometimes. And it's understandable. Because you're a guy. Guys get nervous. It's okay. You know what? One thing I will tell you is, and another thing I want to say, guys, he has worked so hard to do the best he could to change himself. I'm not going to go into any details. I'm just going to say that I'm proud of him. Because, he's changed me. He's helping me to try to change. He and Lundy and all the others are helping me to try to change. And I just want you to know, and I'm sorry I'm being long-winded, I'm almost done here, that I'm so proud of you. And every day you grow, and everything you do, I'm proud of you, Bubba. And if you are scared or sad, you can know that you can always count on me like that song says. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3. Because I'll be right there. Like the other song says, I'm only one call away. And I'm here for you, Bubba. Love you guys. Is that too personal, baby? Okay. Alright, guys. I was getting an opinion from Honey because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't getting too personal there. Because, you guys, when I get talking about Nick V, I'm going to tell you, he has just come so far, you guys. He has. He's worked so hard. And I wish so bad that I could do more for him because he does so much for me. This little guy right here, he's my little brother, but sometimes I feel like he's my big brother. Because when I'm sad, he knows what helps. He knows I love music, he knows the kind of music I love, and he also knows how to call him crazy autistic like me. So, to my little bro, I love ya. Big hugs. Thanks for being my little bro. Or should I say, my little big bro. Love you, Bubba. Hope you guys are having a great day. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
So, since we're talking about heart to hearts, I want to talk here a little about Alonzo Harris. Alonzo Harris is a good guy, and he's been my friend ever since we met through a guy, and we'll call him Turnhead. Yeah, we'll just call him Turnhead. And when I met this guy, I was like, oh, this dude seems pretty cool. I want to be his friend. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. And, well, we were in a messenger call, and he got added to it, and I got added to it. Turnhead did these groups where he added a whole bunch of people. And when he added both of us, I was like, oh, this dude sounds cool. I gotta get his contact. I gotta keep in contact with him. Well, the call ended one night, and we did not get each other's contacts. So I got this app, I think it was either Vorel or Dabble, and I was doing a stream, and he came in, and I said, hey, is this Alonzo? And he said, yeah. Is this Nick? I said, yeah. And he came up, and, we talked, and I said, hey, you're coming up on my Team Talk server. And he came up there, and that night, I actually went to bed, and he stayed in the main channel. And when he stayed in the main channel, that was a sign that I could trust him. So the next day, I come home and he's still there. And I PM him and I say, how would you like to work for me? He's like, what do you mean? I said, well, I need an admin who I can trust. And I can trust you. And he's like, yeah, sure. And I said, okay, well, PM me the username and password you want. And I will make it happen. He PMs me the username and password. And next thing you know, he logs out, logs back in, comes in under his account, and then boom. He's been an admin for me ever since. And trust me, I needed that. I needed somebody I could trust. Yeah, sometimes when him and I don't see sometimes eye to eye on the admin side of things, but hey, sometimes, you gotta go with the flow. And, yeah. So, Alonzo and I have been friends for 12 or 13 years, and nothing in this world will ever change that. Him and I have been friends, and it's not gonna change. And that's why, when In the Eye Radio launches, it's our project. I've been wanting to figure out a way to repay you, bro, for everything that you've done for me. I wanted to figure out a way to do it. And launching our own radio station, In the Eye Radio, is a good way to do it. It's a good way to do it. It's our project. And nobody can take it away from us. Nobody. Because this is something I've been waiting for a long time, is to have my own radio station. And you are making it happen. This is my dream. I can't wait till we launch In the Eye Radio. We're tag team partners on Night Manager, and we're tag team partners on this, hand in hand. Man, we are best friends for life, and we're bros for life. And nothing in this world, bro, is ever gonna change that. Love you, bro, with all my heart. Nothing in this world is ever gonna tear us apart, man. I lost you once. I lost you twice. I can't lose you for a third time. I just can't. Forgot to mention one thing, ladies and gentlemen, with Alonzo and I. The one thing that I love the most, every single night, him and I end our night, we always end our night with watching SpongeBob. And the best part is, sometimes his girlfriend Rocky will stream SpongeBob. Or because I got this awesome headset that Rocky gave me, I will stream it and I will Bluetooth it so everybody can hear it through the server. Now what I mean by Bluetooth it is I sit in front of the TV and the mics, because they're in stereo, you'll be able to hear it on the server in stereo instead of in mono.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody here on Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. It is Alonzo. And, today you would normally hear me give the NASCAR update, some baseball sports updates, and come to think of it, you will. But before I get into that, I want to talk to you about my bro. A man who works hard to put this blog together. A man known as Nick Vote. Now, I asked him to send me his heart-to-heart so that I could listen to it and reply. I've listened to it, and now I am going to reply. Now, before I get into the emotional part of my reply, I want to address something that Nick brought up. And what he brought up was that, there were 2 times that I saw him. I saw him, after we lost contact, I saw him on VoRail, which was an app for the blind. Now, here's a little bit of useless trivia for you. VoRail, when it first came out, was going to be a dating app for blind singles. It turned out not being that way. Oh, excuse me. So, but I digress. I saw him there. He was Nick the Football Man. And, I wasn't aware that he was a big football fan until I actually got back in contact with him later. I was led to him because, I was led to him on Dabble, but I guess had I known he liked football so much at the time, I would have been led to him on VoRail, because there was a thread from a lady that I think he dated, thanking him for everything that he had done for her, for making her laugh and doing everything else. I remember the thread, but I had no idea that was him. VoRail was paid. It became paid because the developer, one Mr. Tom R., decided that Google wanted to charge. So he says, you know what? We here at VoRail want to show them that the blind can pay for themselves. We've all known my views about this, but that's not what this recording today is all about. But people migrated to Dabble. And I went in, as Nick said, because Dabble was a streaming app. You had 2 hours to have streams with your friends. It was sort of like, you get in a room with your friends and you talk to each other. Sort of like Team Talk, only you don't really have the 2-hour limit. So I see a stream by a man named Nick V. And I'm like, okay, what's this? I didn't really have anything to do, and I'm about making new friends, meeting new people. And I went in there because, truth be told, I hadn't talked to him in a few years. And I was wondering, I wondered what had ever happened to him. Because people in the blindness community like to talk. And I heard some people complaining about him because of the person he was with at the time. Some issues that I'm not going to go into because, again, that's not what this is about. But I decide I'm going to go in here. Why not? I'll see what happens in here. Best case scenario, I go in there and it's like, best case scenario, the guy will invite me to speak. Worst case scenario, he'll kick me out. Which is what a lot of people did on Dabble, which is why I did not really like it very much. No, he did not. He recognized me. I went in here thinking I was going to make a new friend. That night, Dabble gave me the gift of reconnecting with an old one. And that's something I'll never take for granted. So, in that regard, for everything that I dislike Dabble for, I thank them for giving me back my bro. You're an amazing man, Nick. And don't ever let anybody tell you that you aren't. And he's right. Although another thing I'll correct. I went up to his server a few times because I didn't really know much about Team Talk back then. The ironic part about this was that Nick ran a server when we got kicked out of the Messenger group. And the last thing that happened before we both got kicked out, he had asked me if I wanted an account on his server. Because at that time his server was account-based, right? The account was never made because we were kicked out. So, I went up to his server a few times. Before one night, he did me the kindness and created a private channel for me where I could go and I could put my computer or my phone in there and I could go to sleep. And one night, that's what I did. I took my computer to my private channel, lay in bed, closed my eyes, and fell asleep. I went up to that server that night at about 6 o'clock in the evening, a couple of hours after Nick had gotten off from work. This was long before Burger King or any of that other stuff. I went up there at 6 that evening to hang out with him, have bro time with him, shoot the breeze, maybe do a YouTube stream, whatever. Well, I went to bed that night on the server. I woke up still on the server. And I looked at the clock, and soon it was 6 p.m. again the next day. And I told him, I said, I've been here for 24 hours. So he said, why don't you give me a username and a password? Because by this time, the server was not account-based, it was closely private. They had you had the account where you had to have a username and a password. There were the guest account, but the guest account had a username and a password. And that's where I used to log in. So I sent him what I wanted. And he said, log out, log back in, see if it works. I logged in. It worked. And I've been his admin ever since. We may not see things eye to eye. And even though we don't, I'm morally obligated to tell you, bro, that it's always been a joy working with you. So, and you're right, I'm basically going to echo the sentiment you just made. I lost you once, I lost you twice, and I can't do that a third time. That would actually destroy us both. So, yeah. As you can tell, I am trying not to break down. I actually heard that he broke down after he recorded his. But, yeah. I love you, bro. With all of my heart. It's been a joy working with you. We may have had our ups and downs, and we may have had our disagreements. But even though we've done that, you're the best. I have to say that you're the best bro that a man could ever have. Now, I'd like to tell you all something. I've known Nick for a very long time. We've never met in person. One evening, the night after it happened, he PM'd me and told me that he had a dream that we met in person. I'm under the firm belief that dreams show us what is supposed to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I think it's going to happen. And when it does, it'll be one of the greatest and happiest days of my life. And now I want to turn it back over to you, Nick. In the Harlan, Iowa studios. Enjoy your day, take care, and know that I love you, Broseph, with every fiber of my being.
Stop button.
And thank you very much, there, Alonza. Man, dude, you almost broke down in tears there. I could really tell when you were about to turn it back over to me. You almost lost it right there. And yes, I do agree that dreams actually could probably predict the future. And let me tell you, I'm going to echo what you said there. That is going to be one of the happiest days of my life. And the day that we actually meet in person, I don't know if there'll be a blog put up. I really don't. Now, we are going to turn it over to a good friend of mine who is actually up on server with me right now to introduce herself to y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, here you go.
Hello, everybody on Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. My name is Jennifer Doyle. I'm known on Team Talk as Beth or Missy. I'm a subscriber to Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. And Nick and I met on a Team Talk server owned by The Mix. We met on there. And we were really good friends, and I really love the videos from Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. And just hang out on Team Talk and talk to friends and excuse me, allergy season. I love hanging out with everybody. I love talking to everybody. I have great friends, and everybody on Team Talk is like a big extended family. I feel like we're all a family, and I'm glad that we all get this chance to hang out and talk and watch videos and archives. And throughout my day, let's see. Well, I'm starting my day at 7 in the morning with a 10-ounce cup of a French vanilla cappuccino K-cup that I made in my Keurig. I'm not sure what I'm going to have for breakfast or lunch. Although later today I'm leaving to go to my mom and dad's work, and then they're going to take me to Walmart because I want to pick up a few things that I wanted. So, come home, feed the cat again, probably play with him, probably talk on Team Talk. I'm going to be on Team Talk for most of the day as soon as everybody wakes up. So, that is my morning and my afternoon and my evening. So, I love all of you guys on Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. It is really nice to meet you, everybody. And I hope to see you soon. Alright. Bye, everybody.
And thank you very much there, Jen. This is Nick B. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. We have more sports on the way. You will hear from Alonzo Harris as he'll cover the Los Angeles Dodgers because they played the Chicago Cubs. So that is coming up. We have one sports now that has gone final. The Reds were destroyed by the Phillies, and that was 14-3. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to take it down to the studio, down to Miss Chantel, and she has an update. Ladies and gentlemen, she got hurt last week, and she is going to tell you exactly what happened, and you are going to hear that right after a quick break from In the Eye. Wish to be a part of In the Eye Radio? That is easy. Send us a direct email at kidbrailer@aol.com and votenick1994@gmail.com. We hope to be working with you real soon. In the Eye Radio, where you get poked in the eye.
Hello everybody on Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. This is Chantel here. I just wanted to thank everybody for the prayers for my foot. They're very much appreciated. My foot was injured by a coffee cup. It hit me on the side, on the top of my foot with its side. I ended up going to urgent care the next day, and it was very bruised, very painful, but it's doing a lot better. So I just want to stop in quickly and thank everybody for the prayers. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and back to the video. And please don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video.
The Lakers beat the Grizzlies 128-112. The Clippers beat the Suns 115-110.
What? No servant? Shame on you.
Haley actually never came today. Ladies and gentlemen, she never came. And the reason why that is, folks, is because today we had some snow coming down, and it was just downright brutal. It was cold. It was cold day. Ladies and gentlemen, time now to turn it to the Richmond, Virginia studios for a NASCAR baseball sports update. And then we'll wrap up our Sunday.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be here on Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. It is Alonzo, and it's time for your sports update. We begin with NASCAR, where Kyle Larson took home the checkered flag at the NOCO 400 in Martinsville. At the Martinsville Speedway, he took home the checkered flag and the coveted grandfather clock that comes with winning. Also in NASCAR news, Chase Elliott returned after being off after injury sustained from a snowboarding incident in Colorado. But it was Kyle Larson who took home the checkered flag and the grandfather clock trophy in the NOCO 400. Other things happening in sports. The Denver Nuggets made it to the quarterfinals of the NBA playoffs, the Western Conference. Game 1 of 7 ended with the Nuggets beating the Minnesota Timberwolves by a score of 109-80. That was the National Basketball Association. We turn now to the major leagues of baseball, where, in 10 innings, the St. Louis Cardinals beat the Pittsburgh Pirates by a score of 5-4. The San Diego Padres were defeated by the Milwaukee Brewers 1-0. Also losing 1-0, the Colorado Rockies. They were defeated by the Seattle Mariners by a score of 1-0. And for those of you who are curious and who care to know, the Los Angeles Dodgers were defeated by the Chicago Cubs by a score of 3-2. Once again, in NASCAR, Kyle Larson took home the victory in the NOCO 400. In the National Basketball Association, the Denver Nuggets, in Game 1 of the Western Conference quarterfinals, demolished the Minnesota Timberwolves 109-80. And in the major leagues of baseball, the St. Louis Cardinals beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 5-4 in 10 innings. The Mariners beat the Colorado Rockies 1-0. The San Diego Padres were defeated by the Milwaukee Brewers 1-0. And also the Chicago Cubs, they were victorious against the Los Angeles Dodgers by a score of 3-2. My day was all right. However, for those of you who are curious or who care to know, I opened up my weather app today and saw that we are under a fire weather warning tomorrow from noon until 8 p.m. Basically, it means that the winds are going to gust to 30 miles an hour, and it'll be 60s, it'll be in the upper 60s to around 70, maybe a little bit more degrees. And so what's going to happen with the wind kicking up like that, along with 15 to 20% relative humidity, that could cause fire. So we definitely want to be careful about that.
Stop button.
And thank you very much, there, Alonza. Time now to end our broadcast day for this Sunday. I'll be back with you guys on Monday morning. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Packed day. We got sports on the way. I am getting ready to head to Concern and then head to Burger King. I will be back after that. Just got home from work, ladies and gentlemen, and I have in front of me a Texas Whopper, a large fry, and a large Dr. Pepper. Gonna go spend time with my friends up on Team Talk. When you hear from me again, it will be with sports. The Cubs beat the Athletics by a final of 10-1. The Astros beat the Blue Jays 9-2. The Royals lost to the Rangers by a final of 4-0. Yes, you heard me. The Royals lost to the Rangers by a final of 4-0.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be. Here on Nick and Awesome Family Gaming, it is Alonza, and it's time for your sports update. I have, as they say on the television shows, I have good news and bad news, worse news, and horrible news. The good news is the Denver Nuggets. I told you last time they were in the playoffs. They lead the Western quarterfinals series of 7 games. They had game 1 the other day. They demolished the Minnesota Timberwolves 109-80. Game 2 will be Wednesday at 10 p.m. They lead that series 1-0. So that's good news. Now we take a look at the bad news. The bad news for you today is that the San Diego Padres were defeated by the Milwaukee Brewers by a score of 2-0. And I guess I shouldn't say that was bad news because that was a close game. Here comes worse news. The worst news is the Los Angeles Dodgers were defeated by the New York Mets 8-6. Well, that falls under the category of bad news as well. Some other scores we're following for you here. The Cardinals were defeated by the Diamondbacks by a score of 6-3. So that's bad news. Now for the horrible news. The Colorado Rockies were demolished by the Pittsburgh Pirates. The final there was 14-3. So, your good news today. The Denver Nuggets head into Game 2 of the Western quarterfinals, leading 1-0. That's the good news. Now, for the repetition of the bad news. The San Diego Padres were defeated by the Atlanta Braves by a score of 2-0. The Cardinals were defeated by the Diamondbacks 6-3. The Dodgers were defeated, just barely, by the New York Mets by a score of 8-6. And in the world's worst news today, the Colorado Rockies were beaten severely by the Pittsburgh Pirates by a score of 14-3. Yeah, you fellas are definitely going to remember that in the morning.
Stop button.
And thank you very much there, Alonza, and that is going to do it for our Monday, ladies and gentlemen. When you see me back again, it will be on Tuesday. Till then, see you on Tuesday.
What? No servant? Shame on you.
Make sure you keep all comments appropriate and respectful.
And here is Nick V.
And thank you very much there, Alonza. Welcome to Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everybody has had a great start to your week. We had a NASCAR update on Sunday. We had a lot of sports on Sunday. And we heard about Chantel's injury on Sunday. Either Sunday or Monday. Either way, you heard about her injury. She's doing better now. We are getting ready to start the day. There are a chance of storms later tonight. Not for sure if we will get severe weather, but if we do happen to get severe weather, I will hopefully be awake to give you all the info. I will be back later on, and when I come back, I will be at home. Just got home, ladies and gentlemen, And what a sunny day. It hit in the 70s near 68 here in Harlan, but 70s in Omaha. So it was a beautiful day all around. Later today, they are talking some storms. Not for sure if we're supposed to get severe weather, but I'll keep you updated if I'm awake, ladies and gentlemen. When you hear from me again, it will be with sports. The Phillies beat the White Sox 7-4. Also, the Phillies lost to the White Sox 3-0. The Astros lost to the Toronto Blue Jays 4-2. The Rangers destroyed the Kansas City Royals 12-2. The Cubs beat the Athletics 4-0.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be, here on Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. This is Alonzo with your sports update. We have one lone game to tell you about in the National Hockey League. In that game, the Boston Bruins won. They were victorious against the Florida Panthers by a score of 3-1. Moving on now to the National Basketball Association. It's playoff time. The Boston Bruins are on top of the playoffs. They're on top of that now. They defeated the Atlanta Hawks. The score was 119-106. They lead that series 2-0. The Denver Nuggets will try to keep themselves alive in the playoffs as they continue their series in the Western Conference quarterfinals tonight at 10 p.m. They come off of a victory when they defeated the Minnesota Timberwolves the other day by a score of 109-80. They lead that game, or that series, I should say, 1-0. And we have a lot of baseball to tell you about, so let's get to it. The Red Sox, in 10 innings, eked out a win against the Minnesota Twins, 5-4. Also, the Cincinnati Reds were defeated and collapsed in pain against the Rays by a score of 10-0. Also, a few other losses and one win. The Colorado Rockies lost to the Pittsburgh Pirates by a score of 5-3. I guess that wasn't so bad. The Padres, they lost to the Braves by a score of 8-1. The Cardinals lost just barely to the Diamondbacks by a score of 8-7. And the Los Angeles Dodgers put away the New York Mets by a score of 5-0. So, once again, these are your sports scores. In the National Hockey League, the Boston Bruins defeated the Florida Panthers 3-1. The Boston Celtics and the National Basketball Association were victorious against the Atlanta Hawks 119-106. They lead that game 2-0. They lead the series there 2-0. The Denver Nuggets will continue their series against the Minnesota Timberwolves Tonight at 10 p.m., they lead that series 1-0. Game 2 is tonight. In other news, baseball news, and there was a lot. The Boston Red Sox were victorious in 10 innings against the Twins, 5-4. The Cincinnati Reds were defeated and collapsed in pain against the Tampa Bay Rays by a score of 10-0. Also, the Colorado Rockies were defeated just barely by the Pittsburgh Pirates, 5-3. The Padres were somewhat destroyed by the Braves. 8-1 was the final there. The Cardinals were just barely defeated by the Arizona Diamondbacks by a score of 8-7. And the Los Angeles Dodgers, they defeated the New York Mets by a score of 5-0.
Stop button.
And thank you very much there, Alonza. That is going to do it for our broadcast day for this Tuesday. Impact weather coming up for Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. Impact weather. I'll keep you all updated on Wednesday on the weather situation. Till Wednesday, good night. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody is doing well on this Wednesday. I am doing well here today on this Wednesday, a Impact Weather Day for today, ladies and gentlemen. An Impact Weather Day for today. I'm going to head off to Concern, and I will be back later on. Just got home, ladies and gentlemen. Just got home from Concern, and we have a tornado watch has been issued for Shelby County until 11 p.m. A tornado watch has been issued until 11 p.m. for Shelby County. I will keep you all updated on the weather here this evening. Once again, a tornado watch has been issued until 11 p.m. this evening. I'll keep you all updated on the severe weather threat. This tornado watch does include Audubon, Cass, Guthrie, Harrison, Mills, Montgomery, Potawatomi, and Shelby County. Once again, this does include Audubon, Cass, Guthrie, Harrison, Mills, Montgomery, Potawatomi, and Shelby County. So I will keep you all updated on the weather. Next vote here in the severe weather news desk here before we get into sports. Right now we are tracking weather. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Shelby County until 8 p.m. Once again, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 8 p.m. for Shelby County. This does include the Harlan, Iowa area. So once again, a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 8 p.m. for Shelby County. And also a tornado warning has been issued until 8 p.m. for Potawatomi County. Once again, a tornado warning has been issued for Potawatomi County as well. So to repeat, we have two warnings here active. A severe thunderstorm warning for Shelby County until 8 p.m. That does include Harlan. And a tornado warning in effect until 8 p.m. for Potawatomi County. We'll keep you updated right here on Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. Nick Vote here. If you guys can hear that here outside the window here of the studio of my area here in Harlan, we got rain coming down, and it also looks like hail too. I'm not for sure, but you can really hear this. So that's what we got going on. A severe thunderstorm warning has now been issued until 8:15 for Atlantic, Iowa. I'll keep you all updated on the latest severe weather information. We have a severe thunderstorm warning now issued until 9:30 for Pottawatomie County, and this does include Pottawatomie County. So, again, a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 9:30 p.m. this evening. We'll keep you updated, and it is moving at 55 miles an hour.
And this just in. The severe weather that was outside the studio has left the area, and that is great news for us all. Repeating, the severe weather that was outside the window of the studio has left the area.
Stop button.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be, here on Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. It is Alonzo with a sports update. We begin with the National Basketball Association, where the Denver Nuggets were victorious against the Minnesota Timberwolves. They beat them by a score of 122 to 113. This is the Western Conference quarterfinals. That was game 2. The Nuggets lead the series of 7 games 2-0. But where there is good news, there is sad and unbearably bad and horrible news. News that makes you so mad you just want to punch a locker. And this is the news that makes me want to punch a locker today. The Colorado Rockies were demolished by the Pittsburgh Pirates by a score of 14-3. Ouch. But you know what? The Rockies shouldn't feel too bad, or maybe they should. I'll let you decide. The Cardinals of St. Louis demolished the Arizona Diamondbacks, crushed them into the ground like the snakes they were. The final there, 14-5. Also, the Dodgers lost to the Mets, but it was a close game, 5-3. And the Padres were somewhat victorious against the Atlanta Braves, but it was a close game. 1-0 was the final there. So, once again, in National Basketball Association news, the Denver Nuggets are victorious, leading the Western Conference quarterfinals series with the Minnesota Timberwolves. They won 122-113. They lead the series 2-0. In baseball news, the Colorado Rockies were demolished by the Pittsburgh Pirates by a score of 14-3. The St. Louis Cardinals demolished the Arizona Diamondbacks by a score of 14-5. The Dodgers lost a close one to the Mets, 5-3. And the San Diego Padres were somewhat victorious against the Atlanta Braves by a score of 1-0. So, there you have that. Sports, brought to you in part by NDI Radio, coming soon, where you get poked in the eye with good music. Back to you, Nick.
Stop button.
The Phillies beat the White Sox 5-2. The Royals lost to the Rangers 12-3. The Cubs beat the Athletics 12-2. And that is going to do it for our Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. We had a packed Wednesday with the weather coverage that we had for today. All of the warnings have been allowed to expire. There was one warning that got extended for Pottawatomie County. I was not near the mic, so I apologize for that. That got extended for Pottawatomie County until 10:30 p.m., and that was allowed to expire. That is going to do it for our day today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for bearing with us during the weather coverage. And we are now going to get on out of here. We will see you now on Thursday. Till then, good night, and we'll see you Thursday. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome everybody here to Thursday. It is now Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Thursday. Hope everybody is doing well today on this Thursday. I have a long day ahead of me today. I gotta go to Burger King later tonight. And gotta go to Concern and have a good day. So until I get back from them, I will be back in a bit. Just got home from Concerned and from Burger King. Had a Texas Whopper large fry and a Dr. Pepper for dinner tonight. Gonna go spend some time with my friends up on Team Talk to my girl for a little bit. And we will have sports later on. Stick around for that. Our sports today will be brought to you in part by In the Eye Radio, where you get poked in the eye. We'll have a look at sports coming up here in a bit. And we will be back. Keep it right here to Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. Wish to be a part of In the Eye Radio? That is easy. Send us a direct email at kidbrailer@aol.com and votenick1994@gmail.com. We hope to be working with you real soon. In the Eye Radio, where you get poked in the eye. The Cubs lost to the Dodgers 6-2. The Padres beat the Diamondbacks 7-5. The Rockies beat the Phillies 5-0. The Suns beat the Clippers 129-124. And that is going to do it for our Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you back here on Friday. And we will hear from Alonzo with sports. Alonzo tonight was busy with his girlfriend, so he was not in the broadcast studio today. He will hopefully be taking the broadcast chair on Friday with sports. And I think the other reason why he wasn't in his broadcast chair is his Cardinals did not play today. So we will hopefully hear him and see him back in the broadcast chair on Friday. Well, ladies and gentlemen, time for me to get some sleep. I will be back with you guys on Friday. You are watching and listening to Nick and Awesome Family Gaming.
What? No servant? Shame on you.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good Good evening. It is Friday morning. The relaxation station happens today. It will be on 98.6 The Mix, KKMX International. You do not want to miss the relaxation later today on 98.6 The Mix, KKMX. DJ Lonzy is going to spend all his time bringing you the greatest tunes on 98.6 The Mix, KKMX International. You don't want to miss that. We're going to look at sports coming up later on tonight, and it's going to be a packed night for sports. We'll get a look at sports. We'll hear from Alonzo with how good the relaxation station went. He'll take a look at sports as well. We will also hear from Jennifer Doyle today, and this is going to be fun to hear from her. She sent me something really good, and it's about how she starts her day every single morning. So, we will hear from her in a bit. But right now, I'm going to head off to Concern, and I will be back with you when I get off work at Concern. Just got off work at Concern. The relaxation station is on the air, but it's not on here in the studio because, well, I can only play it off my phone as I do not have access to a smart speaker at this time. So, I am going to go and listen to the relaxation station, and I will be back later. Just got word that I am going to Border Fair this evening for supper. I will be back after a bit, and I'm going to go get some Border Fair. Just got done eating Border Fair. It was pretty good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty good stuff. I had nachos and a large root beer. Time now to take a quick time out. When we come back, you will hear with Jennifer Doyle with how she starts her day, and then we'll take a quick time out again, and when we come back, once again, it will be time to take a look at sports.
What? No servant? Shame on you.
Hello, good morning, everybody on Nixon Awesome Family Gaming. It is Beth coming from Muskogee, Oklahoma. I just woke up and I'm getting my day started. Just rolled out of bed, came down here, fed the cat, thinking about making a cappuccino or a cup of hot chocolate. The weather is fairly nice here. Excuse me while no, I'll do that later actually. I don't know what I'm gonna have for breakfast. I'm not that hungry, actually. Probably just gonna, I do have to make a phone call, so I'm gonna do that, and probably gonna do my usual today, which is probably, watch television or listen to music or play on my iPad. I might go for a walk later in the day once it gets warmer out here. Don't know what I'm gonna have for lunch or dinner, or if I'm gonna even eat lunch. I'm sorry for the way I sound. I'm still really tired. I only got 5 hours of sleep, so. Might go to bed early, so. Yeah, that is my day. Hope everybody on Nixon Awesome Family Gaming is doing well, and I will bring you another update and another audio blog. So I hope everybody's having a good day, and I will talk to you all later. Bye, everybody.
Tap the bell icon, like the video, and subscribe for more. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter at NickJ, lowercase v, 1994.
The Cubs destroyed, hammered, put the Dodgers to sleep because they killed them 13-0. The Royals lost to the Angels only by 2. 2-0. The Reds lost to the Pirates 4-2. The Red Sox beat the Brewers 5-3. The Hawks beat the Celtics in Game 3, 130-122. The Bruins beat the Panthers 4-2.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be here on Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. I hope the end of your week went well. It's Alonza, and it's time for your sports update. And man, do we have a sports update for you. We begin in the National Basketball Association, where the Nuggets took care of business and beat the Minnesota Timberwolves by a score of 120-111. Now, that's good news for Colorado fans and those of you who like Colorado sports. On the other side of that, the Rockies lost to the Phillies, although in all fairness, it was a close game. The Rockies lost to the Phillies 4-3. Also, in Major League Baseball action, we talked about the Rockies and their 4-3 loss over the Phillies. How about this for a score? Their rivals, the Diamondbacks, put on a show. They destroyed the San Diego Padres by a score of 9-0. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. The Cardinals lost to the Mariners, but not as badly. The score was only 5-2. That was the final. And in breaking news that has just come over the desk, the New York Mets beat the San Francisco Giants. I believe the final here, I'll pull it up. 7-0. That is the score. So once again, in the National Basketball Association, the Denver Nuggets were victorious over the Minnesota Timberwolves by a score of 120-111. The Nuggets lead that series 3-0. Go Denver. In the major leagues of baseball, the Colorado Rockies were defeated by the Philadelphia Phillies by a score of 4-3. The Padres were utterly annihilated by the Diamondbacks 9-0. The Cardinals lost to the Mariners 5-2. And the New York Mets played the San Francisco Giants. The Giants, even though they're supposed to be big guys, dropped like rocks to the tune of a score of 7-0. How about that? As stated, I hope that your end of the week went well. The relaxation station went off without a hitch, including the voice track at the beginning of it, which was recorded by Niggly and I and a few other members of our staff here at Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. So I got to air that today. That was good. Drank some coffee while I was on the air, because no show would be complete without coffee. And just hung out on Team Talk with Rocky and Nick and Haley and Beth and some of the others that are other contributors to Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. And I look forward to seeing what sports has in store tomorrow. Sports brought to you in part by In the Eye Radio, where you get poked in the eye with good music. Coming soon.
Wish to be a part of In the Eye Radio? That is easy. Send us a direct email at kidbrailer@aol.com and votenick1994@gmail.com. We hope to be working with you real soon. In the Eye Radio, where you get poked in the eye. And that is a look at our sports, as Alonzo said, brought to you in part by In the Eye Radio, where you get poked in the eye with great music. That is going to do it here for our Friday. We will be back with you on Saturday. And what a great Saturday we got in store for you guys on Saturday. Haley will be here on Saturday. We will be going over to my aunt's for my cousin's birthday party. Haley and I will be hanging out. Hopefully you'll get to hear Haley. If not, well, that just means we had a busy day. And I'll be with you no matter what if she isn't. That's what I will say to that. We will see you on Saturday. You all have a great little day. Don't get poked in the eye, but have a great time when In the Eye Radio launches on your airwaves. Stay tuned. We will be back with you on Saturday. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. It is now officially Saturday. Good morning. It is a little after 10 a.m. on this Saturday morning. Had my meds. I had a breakfast burrito for breakfast this morning, and went back to sleep, and now I'm awake at 10 o'clock here in the morning. Haley is going to be coming over between 11:45 and noon. Haley will be here. We'll be hanging out. We'll be watching either a movie or listening to the Cubs game later today. Cubs game will be on 670 The Score, and it will be at 1:20 this afternoon, and hopefully the Cubs can pull off a victory like they did yesterday by killing the Dodgers 13-0. And I would also like to mention the Cubs in the first round lost to the Dodgers 6-2. So just to point that out. Well, we'll be back in a bit, and when we come back, hopefully Haley will be with us. You're listening and watching Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. Stay tuned, keep it tuned. Remember to like, subscribe, tap the bell icon, and keep comments respectful. Well. I have good news. Haley has arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, we just had some lunch. My love, what'd you have for lunch?
Be careful.
Was it good?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
It was a good lunch for me, too. I had pizza for lunch today. Pizza was pretty darn good. tonight we're going down to my cousin's birthday. Today she is having a birthday party today. Haley, now tonight you bought her a gift.
Yeah.
What did you do to it?
Wrapped it. I wanted to get her. Make her have a hell of a time getting it open.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
I bet you it was pretty good wrapping from what I saw anyway.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Oh yes.
I love you.
I love you too, babe.
So while Haley is here, we are going to go and spend time together. We will be back later on. Party begins at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Don't forget, the Cubs will play today the Dodgers at 1:20. You can listen to that on CBS. You can listen to that on 670 The Score. And go Cubs. See if they can pull off a victory. Well, love, we'll catch you later before you leave tonight. So, while she is busy now, time for us to get out of here for a bit. We'll be back in a bit, ladies and gentlemen. Grandma and Grandpa just dropped us back off. We had a blast down there, and it was a fun night tonight. Haley, we just got back, and it is a little bit after 8 o'clock now. We left at 4:30.
Yeah.
Didn't get down to Cindy's, my aunt's, till 4:49.
4:48.
4:48. Well, that's close enough. You have fun?
Oh yeah, I had an awesome time.
You stayed with me until now.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too, boo. Damn, boo boo. Woo! Boy, did that burp stinky. What the hell?
What, it stinks?
Yeah.
Are you ready to go home? Are you going to drink that?
I'm going to pour it in my water bottle, so.
I hope there's no water in it.
Yeah.
You're going to mix that? What the actual hell is freaking wrong with your ass? She's pouring water. I mean, she is pouring a pop into her water glass that has water in it.
And it'll taste probably like 4.
My girlfriend is a crazy bitch. Let me try that. I'm going to test that while we're on. I'm going to test and see if I like it. Water. Here's the taste test of water with what kind of soda?
Mountain Dew.
With Mountain Dew here.
I had the straw part open. And then the straw falls.
Here, hold that. Here's the taste test of Mountain Dew with
Crush.
Crush.
Crushed strawberry.
Yuck! Actually, no, it's not that bad. You taste it.
I'll taste it.
She's taking a drink.
It doesn't taste that bad.
No, it doesn't. It's actually pretty good. It's actually really, really good. It is really good, actually, if you want to get technical. Well, love, I'm glad you had a blast tonight. We had a blast. She got to watch her show today. What'd you get to watch, baby?
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Did you attack my TV again?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you did once.
Once.
Actually, no, you didn't. You just said it, Mickey, 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 Mickey. That's what you did. I was telling Grandma and Grandpa, and Haley, you were a witness to this. I actually told Grandma.
I can't believe what I called when you were on my phone talking to Tasha about the toilet problem to her mom.
Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Sorry about that. Haley was mentioning something. We're having an issue in the house here, so something's going on. But she, so we were getting ready to head over to my aunt's house for supper and the party. And I was talking to Tasha on the phone over on Haley's phone. And Haley called, my grandma called me to let us know she was outside. And I love this. You guys, let me tell you, this shows my grandma loves Haley. Because today, when we talked to her earlier on the phone, my grandma says, "See you guys later. I love you both." Now, let me ask you this, Haley, and then I really gotta let you get going because it's after it. You need to get home.
Yeah.
What did you think when Grandma said, "Love you both"?
I about cried.
You about cried?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could tell you did because, yeah, it was not good if Haley cries. But we're going to get Haley getting going. I'm going to walk her out. Let's go, dear. You got all your stuff? Yeah. Just remember, yeah, there you go. On the air, we don't want music blaring. And she's blaring it right now. She's about to get heading home. And we had a blast tonight, Haley and myself. Make sure you turn that down so I can say goodbye to you. Would you? And her lights, I wished I was on video right now because her lights are so bright. So yeah, they're really, really bright. Love you, baby. Love you, my love.
Love you too, my love.
Bye. So, Haley's taking off. You have a great night, my love.
You too, my love.
She's taking off, and there she goes. Turning left on Lincoln. See how far she goes until we can't hear her anymore. Love you. Night. Love you too. And she is now gone. She is now gone. Ladies and gentlemen, Haley now is gone. What a great night tonight has been. But let me tell you, Haley about cried tonight. Because my grandma said, "Love you" to Haley and myself both. I can't believe that actually happened. We're going to take a quick time out, and when we come back, we will be taking a look here at sports. And we will hear from Alonza with sports today, and then myself. And then we will be getting ready to probably end the broadcast day. So we will take a quick time out, and we will end our day with sports right after this. Wish to be a part of In the Eye Radio? That is easy. Send us a direct email at kidbrailer@aol.com and votenick1994@gmail.com. We hope to be working with you real soon. In the Eye Radio, where you get poked in the eye. Time now for sports. The Cubs lost to the Dodgers 9-2.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody on Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. It is Chantel here with your sports update. First of all, it is great to be back with you all. I took a little bit of time off to let my foot heal, but now I am back in the game with your sports update and how my Saturday went. First of all, my Saturday was pretty uneventful. I got to hang out with friends as my future other half, Seth, is currently in Arkansas, or on the way to Arkansas for a family wedding. Now for your sports update from the Cincinnati, Ohio studios. We had the Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Reds lost a close one, 2-1 to the Pittsburgh Pirates. And the Red Sox lost a close one to the Milwaukee Brewers by a score of 5-4. Once again, your sports update. We have the Cincinnati Reds losing a close one to the the Pirates, by a score of 2-1. And the Red Sox lost to the Pirates by a score of 5-4. And now back to the video.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be here on Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. It is Alonza taking a look at your sports. Sports brought to you by NDI Radio, coming soon, where you get poked in the eye with great music. Well, let's take a look at some baseball, shall we? In the major leagues of baseball, the Rockies were defeated, just barely, by the Phillies. The score was 4-3. The San Diego Padres today ended up beating the Diamondbacks by a score of 7-4. And the San Francisco Giants beat the New York Mets by a score of 5-3. So that is what we have there. And also, in case you weren't with us last night, we congratulate the Denver Nuggets, who beat the Minnesota Timberwolves in Game 3 of that series in the National Basketball Association Western Conference quarterfinals. The Nuggets were victorious over the Timberwolves by a score of 122-113. Sports, a service of NDI Radio, coming soon, where you get poked in the eye with great music.
The Braves lost to the Astros 6-3. And that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing here to Nick and Awesome Family Gaming. For everybody here at Nick and Awesome Family Gaming, see you next time. Peace!
Tap the bell icon, like the video, and subscribe for more. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter at NickJ, lowercase v, 1994.
Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and keep comments respectful.